You
guy
really
goes away
should.
on fucking European vacation, makes fucking 3x the cost of the goddamn trip.
The last time Bob Dog traveled and traded, he made like 40 some grand in
Literally.
fucking Santorini.
Literally.
What a
Yep.
rich asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
We
called,
love
it's
you,
called
Bob
a
Dog.
piece of shit. It's called a piece of shit. Call a spade, all right?
No more Wendy's, dog. Tell you that.
That was only momentarily.
Very short-lived. Very short-lived.
All right,
like my
we got the
orgasms.
record button going.
Oh, did I do that?
You know, I know that dude. I know that dude. He's fucking cool, man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Jaleel
White.
Wow.
Jaleel White. Yeah, he's really cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah, Newfish. He's apparently the rich asshole. Jeez. You know Urkel?
I hear he's an
fuck's
asshole in real life.
I am. I kind of pride myself on it.
Is Urkel your next door neighbor? Newfish?
No. Just a friend of a mutual friend.
Fish cleans for him.
Yeah.
He cleans his fucking
Grass.
aquarium. Oh fuck. All right. Well, welcome everybody. AfterWhores episode number 10. We are fortunate enough to have a very special guest. I believe our first millionaire. Ooh. YungEmber. Getting a salary every fucking month from Misty dividends. How you doing, man?
What's up, guys?
YungEmber.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Woo. Oh yeah. I guess I should have introduced, Darren, Newfish, Bob Dog. If you listen, you know. If you don't, then you'll figure it out. We have our little circles.
Listen, guys, I've listened to every episode. I'm a big fan. Love it. I'm glad to be here.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We've ran a couple people. So we need to make sure we don't run you off too, because two of the people, very popular people, just fucking went MIA after our show.
Yeah.
Just deleted accounts and everything.
I didn't think about that. That's true. One of them, the unfortunate. The other one, okay, that's fine.
Well, hey, I will say, YungEmber, luckily I didn't send you the invite to the show. And what happens is after the episodes that we record, what I typically do is I send a thank you gift. It's a picture of my penis with a bow wrap on it. So I don't have your email, so you might not have to worry about that.
I like how Chief said Mike.
Darren's penis or what?
I'm going to spam and ask to forward, yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh, man.
Jeez. Yo, happy Father's Day, boys.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Happy Father's Day, guys.
Thank you, Chief. We're all fathers here, except for Chief. Yeah, but you're like a dog father, you know?
Now, Chief probably has some kids he didn't know about. Let's be
All right. YungEmber, you a dad yourself?
Yeah, I got one. She's 4.
Oh, beautiful.
Man,
we got a bunch.
Awesome.
There's a bunch of girl down here.
That's dope, dude. I got one kid also, man. We were a one and done.
Yep. Same here.
That's see. All right. Hang on, I'm rubbing my temples real quick. Father's Day gets me. All right, every year. And it's not the fact that my father passed away when I was 4 years old. Okay? It's the fact that when I was in high school, I always swore that I would be the best fucking single dad to ever walk this earth, and I haven't had the opportunity yet.
Well, hopefully you become a married dad.
That's not what I want.
One.
Chief, I think you're gonna be okay. I think like Robert De Niro just had a kid and he's like almost 90.
Yeah,
there's plenty of time.
Yeah, Pacino just had like fucking twins too. Like, yeah, it's
yeah.
I got him frozen and everything, so I could just like boop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you feeling like you're going through like a midlife crisis right now?
No, man, I'm 31. I hope it's not the middle of my life.
You never know.
Nobody knows.
For me, I'm 37. I'm like, you know what? If I died like within 5 years, like I feel like I lived a good life. You
feel fulfilled.
I feel fulfilled. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to die in 5 years, but at least I can feel that way. I've done so many things. Like I was the best man at a wedding. I was, a groom.
You make stickers.
I attended weddings. I make stickers.
Yoga pants.
Even new fish big pond underwear.
Fish big pond yoga pants, people.
I've traveled a lot. Yeah.
Darren, how many hours do you spend making new fish big pond apparel?
At least 5 hours.
God, I love you, Darren. I think the people love you too. You'll have to let me know what your stats are on that. Darren has mugs, yoga pants, bathing suits, and he's coming up with an even better design for the bathing suit. Get your new fish big pond apparel.
Dude, I have those new fish big pond shorts coming in. The swimming shorts.
Yeah.
And
we got the banana hammock coming in.
I believe so, right, Darren?
It's a thong, so if you're comfortable, just wear a thong.
Cool, because like some people were jokingly asking for them. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure they're on the way. And people were like, oh, all right.
I mean,
cool.
It's not like a lace thong or anything. It's like cotton or whatever.
Well, count me out, fucking weirdo.
Wait, I don't think it's cotton. I don't know. It's that stretchy stuff.
Dude, cotton would just hold smell, man.
Yeah, it would just hold
you don't
water
want
and
that.
smell. You don't want that. No.
No, you don't want that at all.
It's more like silk.
All right, now we're talking.
This is fucking beautiful, boys.
Oh yes.
Hey.
I love it. All right, so hey, I got a question for YungEmber here. You guys mind if I jump right in? Because I'm fucking excited to have him on.
Do it.
Do it.
Me too.
You know, I was counting down the days till he joined us.
For real, right?
I was
For
like,
real.
oh, yeah.
Like I like normally, and you guys, the AfterWhores know this. Normally, I don't ever do a fucking show before 8:00. I just don't. Like we don't record before 8 because I put my kid to bed. That's a very special time for me. You know what I mean? But when I heard that YungEmber was available at 6, I looked at my wife. I was like, babe, on Father's Day, I kind of got to do a podcast at 6. Can you put the kid down? She was like, absolutely. And I was like,
very special time for you. What are you, some kind of fucking good dad or something, you nerd?
You know what? I'm that fucking lame asshole that was raised by a fucking good single dad.
You're one of those weird good parents.
Nah, dude,
what a nerd.
Dude. So my mom split when I was 3. My first childhood memory is being at their divorce and hearing my mom say, "I don't want him, you take him." And
Jesus.
yeah, exactly. So I've got a great amount of respect for my father who raised me as a single father, and made some choices that were better for me, and probably held him back a little bit. But hey, you do what you got to do when you have kids. So like, I always wanted to be like the best fucking dad that I possibly could be, and so spending time with my son is very important to me. And my son has special needs as well, so it's even more important to me.
You are a great dad, man, and I literally hate the fact that your life is literally my dream when you were growing up. Like I would love to have a kid and have the woman I had the kid with say, "I don't want him, you take him," because then I would be able to fulfill my dream.
It's finally happening.
Chief, like so Fish. Can you introduce me to your dad? Like, I'll pay him. I just need him to vent for it.
Oh, New Fish, I gotta apologize. I'm sorry for sending your dad like 7 invoices. I hope he forgives me.
He didn't say anything, but I'm gonna fucking ask him about it. I told you to do it. It's great.
What if he just pays all of them?
I'm gonna say something.
He doesn't question things.
No, he questions everything, especially when it comes to me.
Yeah, I bet.
Anyways, let me get on this with YungEmber here. So dude, your position in MP really interested a lot of people. I know a lot of people want to talk about Misty, and we'll get there. But I'm going to talk to you about MP. How did you get into it? What brought you your conviction? How long were you in it? And like where do you see it going in the future?
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't even know how I stumbled across it. Probably just something on X caught my attention. But wherever I found out about it, when I was digging in, just kind of really, I didn't know shit about rare earth, and kind of the complexity of it and how it drives just everything from a modern infrastructure standpoint. So I started looking into it. I'm like, man, this is huge. And started thinking about, from China's perspective, I'm like, why? I mean, they've got the trump card here, and pun intended. I mean, there's nothing we can do. I mean, our entire economy, the global economy, would collapse if they don't do this. And I stumbled on MP as a solution, not a near-term solution. We had to go through China. Still working through that, but that's the best case we have right now to lighten the dependence on China in the next year. There'll be other companies that show up, no doubt, but right now, I mean, they're the only player that's in motion with it. And it's not the mining of it; it's the processing of it. That's the issue.
Yeah, so I understand that processing certain rare earths is really where the trouble is, and that we can't process it properly in the U.S. Is that correct or incorrect?
Yeah, I mean, the only company that has any processing or magnet manufacturing, magnet being kind of the in-state product, is MP, and they're just very light throughput right now. They've got contracts with General Motors to provide their magnets for their EVs, but they're not at scale yet. They expect to be at scale, probably with no government support, probably first or second quarter of next year. But they'll have some pretty good processing and manufacturing going on by the end of the year at scale.
Wow. So is that like so that ticker UAMY, United States Antimony, I believe so they can extract but they can't process, and that's what sets MP apart from companies like
that. There's different. That's antimony, and I'm not necessarily an expert on that. Not that I'm an
alimony.
Yeah, similar, a little bit different. But there's USAR is another ticker. So they're somewhere in the Midwest. They're getting into rare earth as well. But there's a lot. I mean, just under the umbrella of critical minerals, there's tons of companies that do it, different levels of processing. But when it comes to magnets and the production of those, MP is the only player in the game right now.
All right. Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Man.
So I didn't listen to YoungEmber post. I mean, you posted it repeatedly, and I was kind of like, I don't know anything about this. I got my own shit. Now I'm gonna listen when YoungEmber posts something. But so are you still in this position? Like, is this thing gonna keep going up, or what's kind of next with it?
I think it will. I mean, I exited. I had 5,000 shares and at one point nearly 1,000 call options. I went a little crazy with that. I kept buying the dip. And that lesson learned on that. I felt like I saw the narrative.
Yeah.
I felt like I saw the narrative before it kind of got mainstream, but I went too big too soon. So that was a lesson learned for me. I could have probably doubled my profit if I'd have been a little bit more judicious about my entry points. But that aside, so I got rid of the call options. They expired in July. And I sold my shares, but then I rebought in just the other day when I heard about the executive order. So I've got 2,500, I think 2,500 shares. That's going to be my long-term position. For my long-term positions, I usually in a $50,000 to $75,000 purchase entry point. And then I'll just kind of hold those for, however long I think it makes sense.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, taking off it right there. That's a lesson in itself. I think a lot of people can learn from.
Dude, you were completely right about MP materials. And I had a pretty big position. Well, I think I had 100 shares, but I held on to them. And once it jumped to 27, I sold. But before that, I had $21 calls before I swore off options. And the week after, it went up to 27. So I was like, shit, I'm always mistiming this shit. And once again, I swore off options. So
And when did you get back to options, Darren?
It was a couple weeks ago. I'm not that
swore off.
We want to be transparent with our audience here.
My willpower is not that strong.
Okay, so you got to kind of wean yourself off of options. You can't just stop.
Correct.
Yeah.
They are addictive. It's like a drug. We got you, Darren. We got you, buddy.
But tell them what you told me, YoungEmber. Tell them what you told me. There was a conference and everything about it last Friday about MP materials, and Trump started talking about it, or was going to talk about it, but didn't wait, but waited to do it till the following week. Remember?
Yeah, it was
had 20 contracts.
It was some memo or executive order. Whenever Trump tweets or says anything, the markets jump, and it was the week that Darren was in that the memo was written and dated. but it was not made public until after his option expired. So
God.
he actually made the right call.
Yeah. I was in on the same exact call as Darren because someone named Darren told me it was a good idea.
It was.
It was. It
The
just
timing
mismanaged.
wasn't.
It was a good idea, just not
It
a
was
good
just
expiry.
poorly managed.
Dude, I almost rolled the calls for like $300. I should have freaking did it.
Darren, you and I are good at this, man. Remember when we had Oklo?
Yeah.
Or
We're
how about
the only two that
Darren
can lose money on Oklo? I don't fucking understand it.
or Darren and GME call options too? I remember those.
Oh,
At
Oh,
30, I think it was
God.
30. So you were a month short. I think the lesson learned, Darren, is just have longer dated expirations, man. Just give yourself another
Not
few months.
not with GME, dude. I bought them in like November, and
Oh my god.
for
Yeah, you
like
went
2 months
up.
they were green, and then it just came down, and I'm like, okay,
Oh, you
by
got
like
greedy.
June or
take your profit,
something. Hopefully, the big bang, and it happened. GME announced that they were buying Bitcoin.
Yeah,
And
that
the
worked
stock
out.
went down.
Yeah, that worked out because Ryan Cohen fucked it up because he's an idiot. He had the opportunity to buy over $5 billion worth of fucking Bitcoin, and he just literally they pussyfooted around. They didn't actually announce anything. There was nothing transparent about what they said they were going to do. They're like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out when we figure it out. This is what we're doing now, though.
So
It
annoying.
was the dumbest fucking thing ever. I didn't lose any money. I digress. I'm still holding.
I still have 100 shares of GME just for in case,
Yeah, I feel like an idiot. They're still holding.
Hey, I've
Some
got some now,
overnight
too.
X
ol-
tweet.
The only
just
way I
bought,
ever made money on GME was by selling covered calls. That was it.
Dude, it's a great stock for wheeling. So I just got in for the first time. I got 400 shares. I got a sign on some cash accrued puts. So I don't know, like $20, $21, $22 cost basis, and
Oh yeah,
I'm ready
It's a
to
smart
rock
ass
and roll.
entry.
that's
yeah, I'm
smart
ready to rock
entry.
and
that's
roll.
killer. That's killer. Hey, I got a quick question for YungEmber. So you were talking about your entry point into MP, and had you been more judicious, then you could have gotten better price, more shares, yada yada. How do you go about getting your entries? Do you use technical analysis? Do you go straight off price action? Do you wait for only red days? Do you wait for only dip? How do you?
Balls.
Yeah, I'm the last person you want to ask about technical analysis, reading charts. I don't do any of that. I'm just not a short-term trader. I'm more just mid to long-term. But so what I'll look at is, well, one, I want to understand, like, to me, there's got to be a story. That's just the way I invest. Like I have to be able to tell, elevator pitch, hey, here's why I'm investing in this. It's got to make sense, and it's got to be able to sell somebody that, that would know nothing about the company. So I first want to be able to do that with anything I go into, at least anything I go into big. Right.
Got it.
Then it's, and then I'm looking for dips, right? I mean, just like you said, I mean, and dips that don't make sense. And we had a dip last week, with the war that, there was a lot of companies that took big hits on Friday that didn't necessarily need a big hit because they have nothing to do with war in the Middle East or war in general or oil prices. But so, you just look for reasons that the market's acting irrational. You get in for a good purchase. But with that, I like to just generally see upward momentum. I'm not trying to, time the bottom in every scenario. I'm just trying to have good entry points on, directionally, it's kind of moving in the right direction, but hitting those, dips occasionally.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I like it.
one that didn't really make sense, from a standpoint was Tesla dropping like it did with the damn tweets.
What do you mean? There's Model 3s all in Iran too. What do you mean?
It's the same
that-
conviction play.
Yeah, they're equipped as rocket launchers, dude. Come on.
It's just bullshit, like
You
somebody
never
could
heard of
just go
Tesla's anti-air
online.
defense?
What?
No, Tesla's anti-air defense, dude. The autonomous vehicle
Hey.
anti-air defense.
Yeah.
One of the best plays of this year I've seen was from Long. His new name I think is Wide was here. Sorry, Long, but that's what his Patreon's calling him. But when the DeepSeek news came out and Nvidia dropped like 30%, he was like, "Fuck it, full port NVDL."
Oh shit.
And it was like 3 days, and I think he did call options too. And it was like 3 days, and that thing was up like 30-40%.
God.
So I think it is great to look at, like, when the market is just overreacts, like my ex-wife, and it's just ridiculous that somebody would be down. Yeah, go big.
Do you think she would make a single dad out of me, Bob Dog?
She's your kind of girl, actually.
Apps that you can use to achieve what your goal is.
We should make that our mission to hook up Bob Dog's ex-wife with Chief.
If you can, if you like a little deep throat and anal,
A little.
Also, like,
but
holy
also,
shit.
come on.
but also like slashing tires and setting houses on fire. You just gotta.
That sounds like all my exes,
Yeah,
baby.
that sounds like the
Right.
crazy to hot scale to
Good
me.
to her.
The
You
crazier
gotta
they are, the hotter they are.
See, that's the cool thing. Like, that I'm dating a girl now that likes that stuff, but without the other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, she just slashes my tires and everything, but doesn't. Nah, I'm just kidding. My girlfriend's awesome.
Well, back to Long's plays. He was in ROBN, Robin Hood's
there's
2x leverage, right? Yeah, and holy shit, I remember that it was a earnings play, and I bought in at like 16, I think, and after earnings it jumped a bit to like 18, and I went ahead and sold. But if I would have held, it's worth $32.28 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, but hey, I want to just say one warning to all the listeners out here, especially the newer investors. Those leverage funds, you got to be careful of shit with.
Mhm.
They are not meant to hold long term. If you look at Robin year to date, it's up 30%. But if you look at the underlying hood, it's up like 90%. Because like when it goes down, it's bad.
You want to trade
and there's some decay. Right. It's like a 1 day, 3 day type thing. So just be careful of those.
Yeah.
Dude, our ROBN is 206% up the last 3 months. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but still, guys, be careful with it. Do not jeopardize your port. Only do this if you know what if you have a good idea of trading with leveraged
funds.
stocks. Yeah, thanks. Leveraged funds. Because I'll use strategy as an example, right? Of something that has violent swings in stock price. My portfolio is overweight on Bitcoin proxies, right? I'm about like 96, 97% on Bitcoin proxies. I have a lot of conviction, right? That's why I say it, right? But I also see my fucking port drop 20% in a day sometimes.
Yeah.
That is not something that's easy to stomach, guys. So if you think you're going to get rich off of full porting into Robin and you happen to full port on a good day and then they have a fucking bad day a couple days later, your port could be completely demoed, or maybe you lose 50% of your value. And that's not something you want to do.
YungEmber, I'm not gonna lie, I'm going through your portfolio on After Hour right now, and I gotta say, my penis has never been bigger than it is.
That's a compliment, Young.
As far as dude, I'm up to like 3 inches right now. Like there's so much blood flowing to it. Because holy fuck, dude, 1,000 shares of MSTR, beautiful.
Boy,
did you sell covered calls, YungEmber?
I sold covered calls one time in the past 3 months on it, and I just kept having to roll them, and then it just kept getting, and it was like what should be for any stock a number that it's definitely not going to hit. But I was like, it's probably going to hit 750. I ended up buying them back for a loss after I had a good day on. I think it's probably an MP day. So not anymore. I'm just gonna. It's enough profit without it.
See, that's the thing.
go.
That's what, like, with MSTR, Tesla, like those super volatile stocks, it's like you need to sell covered calls around delta like 0.1 or 0.15 just in order to feel safe at night.
Yeah.
See,
Even then, yeah, it's tough.
The thing is, YungEmber's looking at his port. He's like, yeah, it's pretty nice. But then he looks at the Hitman's port and he's like, God damn.
He
was like 50,000 MSTY shares.
Yeah, bullshit. It's got $1 million in Misty.
He has $1 million in Misty, dude. Oh, I love it. And
It's
he's
amazing.
just
So
it's just what's the word? He's just rolling in, and selling like cover calls and whatnot, and then
Yeah, I mean,
MicroStrategy calls.
YoungEmber only has 320 grand worth of fucking Misty. It's no big deal. Like I
Yeah,
said,
that's-
making a
that's what I'm
salary
here to
every
talk
month,
about.
dude.
Hey,
Dude,
can I ask?
goals,
Yeah,
man.
Young Ember,
Ember, how does that
Young
feel?
Ember,
Like,
how does it feel?
Yeah.
How does it feel
Is there
collecting
an
a
echo?
fucking annual salary every goddamn month, man?
Well, listen. Here's my quick story. So,
Texas.
lived in South my whole life. I'm in the banking industry. Had an opportunity to move out here to Denver almost 2 years ago now. 6 months into my job, new bank, we're selling the bank, and you're not going to have a position, which I didn't expect to have a position, but I also didn't expect to be acquired 6 months after joining. So now, January of this year was my last day. But for legitimately working for 6 months, severance with stock and cash was 2 years. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
trade and just live
Wow.
off it
man,
and not go back. So that's why I got so much Misty. Was just that's my fail safe to say, okay, at least I know I'm gonna have something coming in every month, and hope any downswings.
You're getting
At
something.
least I know I'm
alright.
making 30 grand at least every month. Yeah.
wait, how much is it a month that you're making off that 300 grand? How much is it?
Let me see. I got my. I think
gonna
it's
puke- I'm gonna
average
puke,
right now,
guys.
a little over 20,000.
Dude.
It's wild. Big fucking beast,
Classic
bro.
40 million.
He
40
just
million a year.
he wanted to have a little bit of income coming in, guys.
Just a bit. Just some
Fucking
spending
A.
money.
This
Uh.
guy, man. Wow, dude, you're making a substitute teacher's salary in a fucking month. Right.
Yeah, well, they should have got into banking, fish.
Yeah, no shit. See, actually, they should have gotten into MP, is what it sounds like. Fuck.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's
funny.
crazy.
So, Ember, what drives your conviction? Like I said, you have 1,000 shares, right, of MSTR, and then
Yep.
15 grand worth of Misty. Like, what drives your conviction in those plays?
I mean, before joining out, and I joined AfterWhores, I think somewhere around January, February this year. I've always been a big Bitcoin fan, but with Hitman and Trollstein and some of the others, kind of reading through their Misty and MSTR plays and kind of why it makes sense, and just doing my own research, I'm like, why would I not have a big position in this? If I believe in Bitcoin, I believe that Sailor's going to keep doing the right thing here, and I think this is a better pathway. So, decided to go big.
So
That's-
just to be
Dude.
clear, you don't think it's a Ponzi scheme like a lot of people say.
I heard Darren's theory on that. I don't think it is.
Oh,
Did it make
okay,
you
okay,
think at
cool.
least?
No, it didn't. I'll answer for him.
Well, what
Yeah,
was your
what's
what
your
was your
take?
reaction when you started to hear my conspiracy theory about that?
It did seem like you may have just ran across a troll on X.
Dude, I don't like I said, I don't even go on X and see that,
Well, you should,
I
man.
see
You'd have
a
a
lot
lot
of-
of you'd have a lot of fans.
I see like memes and stuff. So I yeah, I'm just saying that, Bitcoin is intangible, and Sailor is, saying that he's gonna buy Bitcoin, and I believe he is, I don't believe anything in my conspiracy theory that I said. It's just something that I was thinking. But MSTY is synthetic shares. So what if strategy was buying synthetic Bitcoin? So
You
that's
ever
pretty
have
much the
those?
gist of it.
You ever have those? I mean, that's not how it works. But you ever have those thoughts that you're like, "Wow, I'm gonna think this," and then let me do 2 minutes of research, and then I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Do you ever just do you ever look in the mirror and be like, wow, am I retarded?
No.
Oh, man.
Every goddamn day I wake up.
But
I mean, it's not like he's putting square pegs in round holes.
no, I'm not.
That's somebody else. That's somebody else.
Oh god.
Yeah. Hey.
Strategy acquiring as much Bitcoin as they can. I get it, and it's the most valuable asset in the world, because institutions and everybody came together and they are making it so. So I just,
They're just
I'm
late to the
invested.
party.
You guys know I'm invested in it. I just, I don't know. It's going to continue to have all its volatile swings, and I'm thinking by December we'll probably see maybe over 500 again. What's your guys' thoughts on the price of MicroStrategy by December?
Well, I mean, I don't call price targets, but like I said, and so if Bitcoin's 119 grand or more at the end of Q2, then MSTR is literally going to have the largest earnings per quarter ever.
Because they had
even
the
though it's-
lowest ever
Well,
last quarter.
That's not how it works, but they're gonna have the largest earnings, like by billions of dollars ever recorded in a quarterly fiscal period.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
But-
unrealized though too.
Exactly,
So
and
I don't know what it means.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm doing air quotes over here. I'm sorry, I don't have my camera on. but yeah, so it's hey, Bob Dog, there he is in the airport.
Oh, what's up? I didn't even mean to do that, but hey guys.
Oh shit!
I was over here scratching my nuts and apparently turned on the video. So there we go.
I usually keep
Bob
my
Dog's
phone by my
balls
nuts
are
too.
so
Yeah,
big it controls it. They control it.
I actually did a face reveal on my Discord the other night. We did like a town hall, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go. Here comes the
Yeah.
face reveal."
you ever
I
do
don't
a
care
hog
anymore.
reveal?
I just got a new job, so I'm leaving my current company. I kind of just like fuck it. I'll talk more about that in a few weeks, but
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
When you
the fucking
can.
shackles are off.
I love it. A free man.
I mean, I just want some of the YungEmber severance. I've been trying.
Hopefully they give it to you.
So yeah, man, that'd be fucking amazing if they gave you a nice fat little parachute to take away with you, dude.
Well, rumor has it you had a good you got a nice little good bonus on your new position, signing bonus.
Yeah. I can't
All
talk
right.
about too much, but yeah. So it'll be going. I've been
Allegedly.
debating straight into Misty is what I was thinking. YungEmber style, but it's not going to be quite as much as his. But my wife wants a new house, and I'm like, okay, let's start a fund, and I'll just put the whole fund into like Misty, because like I know it's going to be pretty safe and it's going to slowly grow. So
Are you gonna have your mortgage payment, your same interest payment on your mortgage if you have a new house?
that would be pretty freaking sick.
You're right.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that you got to worry about, man. Is I don't know what your interest rate is, but a lot of people are screwed that they can't really afford to sell their house because they've got such
Yeah.
a low interest rate. If they do sell, they're not going to get more house for more money.
It's very
Or
true.
For the same, they're not going to get more house for the same money.
Have you
Yeah.
talked about additions? Have you talked about additions?
What are you talking about?
I used to
Additions
be a
on the
fucking
house,
builder,
man.
dude.
Adding to the house, bro.
I'll go down there and build him a fucking. addition.
We'll call fucking Tron up and he'll build you a whole new house onto your house.
It's going to be a Fish and Tron edition. I love it.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool food stand. Fish and Tron. I don't know what to expect.
That would be cool if like you were getting a house built and then just Tron comes by and he's like, hey, what's up? And he just starts building your house for you.
Have you heard about this company called Palantir or Onyx?
Oh
like
yeah.
drones.
I
You
know
like
who you
drones.
are.
Shout
Dude
out
is-
Tron. We love
dude
Tron.
is all
we love
in.
Tron.
We do.
And we could talk about Palantir now. I think it's gonna be the stock pick of the week, guys.
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
The
Darren,
wealth is gonna
that
go in.
list sucks, Darren. I
I
was
gotta
disappointed
go.
that list.
Hey, I'm just saying, as war continues, Palantir is gonna continue up. Not really sure
Good,
how,
okay.
how far.
Well, no. So what happens if they come to a deal in like 3 days? Do we buy Palantir puts?
I guess you're the master at that. I think you.
I didn't
probably
know there
sell
was a
some
company
calls.
named Palantir. I didn't know there was a company named Palantir in the market. I know nothing about it.
We try not
they've
to
got
talk
a
about it.
600. They've got a 600 PE ratio. People love them.
yeah. The PEs.
But they hate Tesla. God forbid.
Bob Dog.
Tesla's only what, 4 something? I mean, come on.
Bob Dog, was it you that said that Palantir compared to UNH United Health, like their income is like very subpar compared to each other?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I mean, yeah, like UNH makes in like a few days what Palantir makes in like a quarter.
Yeah.
It's like it's
That's
just not even.
insane, dude.
Palantir's highest
not
quarter is
even-
like 500 million, or maybe that's their annual. I don't know. They don't fucking make money. No one knows what they do. They just know they're tied to the government and that they're making a fucking database. Yeah, never mind.
That's yeah, exactly. Never mind. But that's the never mind is the fucking scary part.
Jeez, it's really that evil, isn't
Yes.
it? Well,
I mean,
Not
you
yet,
feel.
but it
Just feel much
can
better.
potentially.
should I be
Hey,
scared talking
at
about me
least
now?
UNH CEOs get blasted. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Oh, we might need to
Palantir's
edit that one
making-
out. We might need to edit that one out.
Yeah. Anyways,
who edits
For
the show?
YouTube. Fuck.
Palantir's making a lot of money off the government, right? I think I remember seeing like a Venn diagram compared to like all the other like Lockheed Martin and
I don't know if they have
RTX.
any private like money coming in.
Right? Yeah, but apparently they're like really big in the government. And you guys are right. I really don't know like all that they do. I just know they work with AI and databases. So
No one knows all they do. That's the thing.
nobody knows.
It's kind of like Bitcoin. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a synthetic company, Darren. I don't know.
Hey, my reasoning there
Kinda fucking
is
weird.
MetaPlanet is sharing all the Bitcoin that they're accumulating, and Strategy has yet to do so. And I guess that's just part of their strategy. But I guess you could come up with some sort of conspiracy theory and say that they have synthetic Bitcoin.
Look, I'm gonna shut
You
this
sure
down.
can, yeah.
I'm gonna
You
shut
sure
this
can.
down.
Me and my other ex people, I guess, that are
Darren, I'm gonna shut this down
Trolling.
because Michael Taylor came out and he's already spoken on this recently, actually, within the past 2 weeks. Strategy is audited by an independent company, KPMG, and it fully complies with all SEC guidelines as far as timelines in which it has to remain independently audited, and all the information that it has to give to the independent auditor. So while their audits are not public information, Strategy is being audited by a third-party company and fulfilling all SEC guidelines.
You know what cracks me up? I said the same exact thing for months when this shit first started, and people are like, "Well, how are you going to trust a third party auditor? How are you going to trust a third party auditor? How are you going to trust the SEC? They're crooked as fuck." I'm like, "Why do you even invest in any fucking public company? Like, what do you mean?
Take your fucking
This is
money,
how
stuff
everything
under your
works."
goddamn mattress and hope that inflation doesn't fucking hit.
Seriously,
I mean,
like,
to
what
be
the
fair,
fuck?
it is pretty corrupt too. If you watch The Big Short, the fake ratings.
Yeah,
it's not
fucking movie
perfect,
now.
but still.
But
Dude,
but
Yeah,
they
right,
just-
yeah.
they just do the audits and they take the money,
It's-
and if
what's-
maybe you can give them some extra money, maybe they would just, be like, who cares?
There's a lot of
difference
maybes in there, though. There's a
the
lot of
only-
maybes.
The only difference is that this revolves around Bitcoin being the asset as opposed to traditional assets. And that's why people act fucking weird. Like I said to you, Darren, on the last episode of the one before that, you don't fucking see bank statements for every company you invest in.
Totally.
Like what
Well,
allegedly.
Darren looks at the building. He wants to see they have a nice office building.
Has anybody found RCAT yet? I want to see RCAT
Dude, you already
statements.
said it was somebody's fucking bachelor pad of condo or something.
It's like
There's
a
some
suite,
condo.
like a
we all
suite
know.
somewhere, yeah.
But the reason I mentioned them too is because they on their website it says they have a deal with Palantir. I'm like, does
Yeah, the
Palantir
website
know
can say
this?
anything.
And for that
Yeah.
reason, I'm out.
Well, okay, back to YungEmber. Aren't you in ONS, ONDS?
Yeah. Now I started a position in that a couple weeks ago, and then
Started a 6-figure position in that.
what's that?
I said you started a small 6-figure position in that.
Well, conviction, man.
He's got
Must
to
be nice.
I love it.
Okay.
I love
But
it.
why?
Yeah.
Why did you do it? Why do you believe in that ticker? I
Well-
couldn't do it, man.
Yeah. Well, I think drones are a hot topic right now. I mean, what kind of the storyline that put me over the edge is you saw what Ukraine did in Russia, and that was kind of badass, right? And I think they got a lot of attention. They got a bump there. They were in bad with NASDAQ around their stock price being so low, so they had to get that back up. So Once I started to see them, consistently above $1, okay, that kind of cleared another concern that I had. And then started just doing research in the company, and it's not just drones. They've got, they've got a whole defense side. They've got counter drone systems that defend against drones. Really cool videos on YouTube around like just dropping nets on drones and taking them down. Which I could see that in sporting events and concerts, big outdoor events, just preventing attacks. So I could just see a lot of applicability, not just within defense, but commercial use as well. They've got some other things they're doing with railroads, and they've got some wireless transmission systems that they're using for their drones. That they do have a partnership with Palantir as well. So maybe that's a downside.
They offer private wireless infrastructure, which was like the selling point for me because I got in and out. It is what it is. I made money on it. For industries like rail, energy, defense, like you just said, they're focused on upgrading legacy communication networks, and they're partnered with Siemens, which, but also
So
partner with Siemens.
He might get that kid after all.
But I think just another shout out to YungEmber. Like, dude, you do your DD on that stuff.
Yeah,
I got a crush on you.
Yeah, man. He does. We all do, actually.
I found him first.
They also recently got a new contract with TDOT, Texas Department of Transportation.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So this company has good things coming for it. It really does. And it's still dirt cheap, guys. That's the thing. It's still dirt cheap.
I'm waiting for a dip for odds because I know it's going to happen. Because what happens is when I buy into a stock, it dips almost immediately. So
wait, Darren, why don't you buy Quora?
Are you guys familiar with like the term smart city?
Oh, it sounds familiar. Is it an AI company?
So a lot of like the thoughts about natural disasters, and this is getting, you want to talk conspiracies, this is getting out there. A lot of the talk about natural disaster, like, oh wow, like they're clearing these spots out and they're clearing civilians out of these areas that they will use for like smart city infrastructure or this, that, or the third.
It's not even a conspiracy.
Right. I have to label it as such.
Yeah, they're going to want to upgrade cities, right? In a sense, or take advantage of leveled cities and create a new city that's like a smart city, like you said.
So it's basically going to be Big Brother to the max, right?
Oh God.
And
facial recognition and all that shit.
ONDS I just saw something positioned for smart city and security use cases, and then I saw Israel police already on board. That's a fucking shocker. But I'm
ONDS is going to partner with Israel, huh?
Well, I mean, they're partnering with Palantir, and Palantir is,
they've got
connected.
I knew
they've got operations in Israel.
Oh, okay. So that means that they're going to be part of upgrading Iron Dome, then probably.
It's the United Cucks Israel, but I don't know what to tell you.
Fuck.
I heard that their Iron Dome ain't working so well.
Did you guys? And this isn't funny. War is not funny.
War is never funny.
Did they have missiles hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
a lot.
And Tel Aviv, yeah.
Did you guys see
Tel Aviv? Are you fucking shitting me? In Tel Aviv?
Yes,
Tel
dude.
Aviv, yeah.
Oh wait, this was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, no, because I got a guy that I trade with during the day who lives in Tel Aviv. So I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, I already heard about this one.
Well,
What do they think is going to happen? They're shooting missiles in Iran, and then they think this is going to happen? Like, I mean,
no, dude. This is so Benjamin Netanyahu is first of all, I'm gonna say it, he's a war criminal.
Yes.
Second of all, and by the way, just to let everybody know, I'm Jewish, so I have no fucking problem saying this shit. And
he's not a
I didn't know Big Pond was a Jewish name.
What's that?
I didn't.
Say it, Bob Dog. Say it, Bob Dog. I'm sorry.
I said like I didn't know Big Pond was a Jewish last name, but okay. Because we learned something.
It's shortened from Big Ponsky, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So BB's a fucking war criminal, right? BB was actually under a couple trials, but he was actively going under one trial, like a specific trial that could have removed him from power Instead, he decides to fire some fucking missiles at Iran. And now all of a sudden his trial has to be suspended, right? So as long as he can keep the country in turmoil, his trial will not go on.
And they keep begging for the U.S. help. I don't know if anyone saw that, but
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they
now,
figured
now
that.
think about this. Now
yeah.
think about this. So Trump is also trying to make a deal with Iran. So if Israel's going after Iran, Trump tries to make a deal with Iran. He can say, "Hey, I can get Israel to stop if you do this. Otherwise, screw you. Let Israel do whatever they want."
and
I
it's
know,
all
that was
funny
so weird.
because it's
Sorry.
just so funny because like everything in the Middle East that they're fighting over, quote unquote, is just essentially like the navigation routes for oil. So I don't know if you guys remember why 9/11 happened, or who was cheering when it happened, or which created country in the 50s starts with an I and ends with a real was look, all I'm saying
Always
is
about the oil.
it's it's always about the oil. It reminds me of that Dave Chappelle episode where
Yeah,
he
I was
plays
gonna
George
say.
Bush.
Yeah.
Mr. Bush, what do you have to say when everyone says that this is all about oil? Oil, bitch, you cooking?
I got
And
some
they
yellow
fucking
cake right
run.
here. Huh?
Oh fuck!
Huh?
Ah, it's
Jesus
funny.
Christ!
Yo, so YungEmber, about ons, just to go full circle, if it goes to $5 this week, would you sell?
Yeah, I would. $5
Yeah.
would be ridiculous.
Okay.
I've got a 6-figure position. Yeah, I'd fucking sell.
Yeah, just a $500,000 real quick. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Nah, man, let it ride. Let it ride.
No, five
Honest-
maybe next year. Maybe next year we'd see. But
No,
5
but
this year would be crazy.
You'd have people shit talking you in the comment section because you sold. Like you have to defend. You got to defend yourself if you make profit, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is the world we live in.
It's so weird, man. It's so weird. I forgot about that, Bob Dog. You and MTPLF. It's like, oh my god, you made $40,000, you idiot!
How dare you?
Fucking, well, you have no in the play.
Meanwhile, everyone else is sitting there with their 50 shares going, fuck, I wish I could have made $40,000.
Yeah, right.
You know, like,
I wish that was my port.
be happy somebody fucking did it. And then watch that person and try to figure out what and why they do what they do. And then
So-
try to grow your own fucking port.
That's it.
So I think that MTPLF is like really worth like $5, but the hype is worth $6. So we're sitting at what, $11 now?
Yeah, that is the new floor for right now.
Sorry, Chief, but I will
did
buy
Bob
back
Dog-
in.
What did Bob Dog say about you looking in the mirror?
Am I retarded?
That's funny.
it-
So
well,
hey,
Bitcoin's in a lot of unknown avenues. Okay, it's like it's not very clear, but it is clear that the value is going up year over year. So that's why I'm in it.
guys, I wanna pivot here while we have YungEmber. Like I said, I'm super fucking excited to have him on, man. YungEmber, let's talk about lab grown dicks, dude.
Bro,
big Huma guy.
Lab grown dicks. Huma.
Yeah. I mean, y'all talked about Huma a lot. I don't know if I can add too much to it other than I'm holding right now.
You're holding. That's all I wanted to hear, man.
Yeah,
You're holding.
they came out with an 8K for more authorized shares, so dilution's coming, no doubt. But again, same thing happened with the Ondas earlier this week. They had a dilutive event, but as long as they're doing it for the right reasons, it's just short-term pain, and again, opportunity to buy more. Right? I mean, if
Right.
they're doing it because they've got a huge backlog and they're trying to run up revenue, hell yeah, I'm all for it.
So
And
let's-
so that's a good
I'll
entry
buy
point
more
then,
at a
right?
drop.
Because I'm not in it. Would that be a good entry point then when the dilution happens?
Yeah, I would not enter until Q2 earnings and then kind of see what transpires there. If they're going to dilute soon, it's probably going to be then.
good one.
Would it be a good tactic for me to sell what I have and then when it drops, go ahead and just buy more?
Um,
Do you
Gotta
know
be
that it's
quick.
going to drop there?
You got to be quick.
If it dilutes, man, it more than likely. it will
Ondas
drop.
just literally just did that. Like YungEmber said, it dropped like 30 cents or however many percent, and then the next day it was back up.
Right.
So are you going to be quick? You going to be a day on that? You going to pull the trigger like that?
I'll tell you, it was the next 3 days, and the reason I know that is because I bought fucking 1,000 puts an hour before their dilution event. And so my $20,000 position went tanked the next day. But then there was an executive order. Executive order comes in and shot back up. So now I'm good. So, but we need to be above $2 this week. That'd be awesome.
So hey man, let me just ask you this, hypothetically speaking, of course. Let's just say hypothetically someone happens to have 33 $2 calls on Huma that may hypothetically expire 9/19. How do you feel about this?
I'd look for an exit point on those. Yeah,
That's
just
what I've
'cause
been
it's
thinking.
it's short term. I mean, if it
Small
was
jump.
elite, maybe just ride it through and buy the dip. But I mean, I would look for, because this thing pops randomly for no reason, seemingly. It'll just jump up 10%. It usually comes back down 8%, but I would just look for one of those pops and high IV and try to get into profit if you're not already.
Oh no, dude, I've got such a great entry on these. I got these a couple months ago. I'm even with Ondas on the huge dip that it's on, I'm still way in the green. I mean, at one point these cons were up 200%, like not too long ago. So yeah, I'm not worried. I just really wanted to exercise them, man. I wanted to exercise 16 of the cons because I've already got 400 shares, and I really like the company a lot. And so I
Oh, if
wanted
you're planning to
exercise.
exercise, go for it, man. Just hold.
Yeah.
I plan on I have like 10 Huma leaps for 2027, which I'm getting excited to exercise when that time comes, because I think it's going to be at least $3 by that time.
God willing.
Yeah, I remember the
God
last time I was excited to exercise. You know what I mean? Just
What
fucking laying on the couch.
What was the
constantly.
name? Yeah, exactly.
But-
What was the name of the movie that was in there, Chief?
What's that?
Nothing.
I was gonna say, no, my tricep. Whenever I want to exercise, that usually gets a workout in my forearm. But
That's what I'm saying. What was the name of the movie?
oh, Backdoor Sluts 9.
There you go. There.
I missed it.
Good reviews on that one.
Hey, I wrote most of them.
Yeah, 8 and 10 were pretty average, but 9?
9 was
That shit was great.
stellar.
Seriously, so it's a kind of a big announcement. I didn't really want to say it, but I'm going to be in 14.
Whoa.
Yeah.
When do you start
Shit.
filming?
I think it's in August.
Ooh.
Wow, that's
yeah,
pretty
it's-
big, guys.
Now these are going to be nighttime shoots, right? Because you got this day job of day trading.
Well, see, but this is going to pay me though, because it's like a fetish thing. It's Backdoor Sluts 14 small PP edition.
I was gonna say micro
so
penis
they
edition.
do pay
Yeah.
more for niche films. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna capitalize on that because it's leverage.
Capitalize on 3 inches, so you might as well capitalize on something.
That's only with Ember on. I mean, unless Ember wants to, I want to put a earpiece in, and Ember wants to talk to me, about stock in a year. Then maybe I get back to 3 inches. But right now we're looking at 2.5 max.
I have 15,000 shares of MSTY.
Oh! I just look like fucking Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
The share price
Or would
went
it-
up 3 cents.
Would it be I have I can't do his accent. I have 15,000 shares of MSTY.
You're a fucking old man.
I think I just doubled his age.
Conservatively, yeah. I feel like I just fucking dug him out of a crypt and brought him back to life.
God damn it. YungEmber's sitting here going, yeah, I can see why people fucking leave after hour after coming on this podcast.
I'm deleting my account tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Like,
the motherfucker's
fucking
already writing his goodbye post right now.
Mid typing right now. It's been
Bunch
fun.
of fucking
It's been
retards
real.
on that show.
Oh man, and they're gay.
I think I was one of the first 100 followers for YungEmber. I was early on to follow.
Wow, Darren. Congratulations.
I was the first. Welcome back, Bob.
Bob's talking.
Hey.
I just fell out of my chair laughing.
Well, I was saying, I think I told Newfish about him immediately. I was like, dude, check out this guy, YungEmber. Like,
I
he's,
have a better claim to fame.
he's crafting his port.
I was the first person to be called Lil Bro.
You were.
Oh,
Yeah. I tested the market with you, Chief, on that, and I liked it. So that's my go-to now.
Hey, we keep the energy, and you know what hurts. You know what hurts. It slices deep.
When Darren doesn't say I love you back.
Well, I mean that was that's different.
That was early
But-
on. I think I've gotten better.
Yeah, you're doing so good.
Yeah, YungEmber, was it you that like went off on me on like my VIX plays or VXX, like understanding the futures and how that works? Wasn't that you? I think that was like
Yeah.
right when you came on. You're like, you're a retard.
I didn't say that. I may have implied it, but I didn't say it. No,
He's like,
no.
I just don't use that language. That's all.
Exactly. No. Yeah, I think it was. I think you were putting something on SVIX and said like, I can hold this for 3 months. I'm like, no, you can't. You don't do it.
Well, the good news is we didn't. We took like a little 10% gainer and got out.
Which is good. Those are in and out, right?
That's the way to go. In and out, baby.
Just like banging.
Guys, if we're like preparing for a Big Short 2, like what are you gonna get?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after we have some more research done, Darren.
I think there will be a whole
Ooh.
episode probably focused on that down the road.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot to
I
talk
think
about.
so.
It deserves its own episode. It's not you're not
Not a
just
small
dropping it in
thing.
the bucket behind the Little League dugout when you're 16.
Yeah. I think once UVXY is down to like $16 a share, I'm gonna start buying some just in case we start dropping violently sometime this year. I think it's bound to happen eventually.
Hey, there's one thing you can live, but you can't live scared.
No,
Right.
no, it's just a hedge, man. Because you
I
can
love
make a
the
lot of
hedge.
money. Yeah, yeah. You can make a lot of money if you're right. Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, remember we were doing short dated VIX calls back in like January and February, Darren. In
Yeah.
March, I think. We were just doing 6 weeks VIX calls, and we weren't holding them for anything more than what 4 or 5 days. We were just making
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, dude. Like every Friday we'd buy a VIX call. And sure enough, each time be green by the time we sell it.
Yeah, be
Oh.
green by like Tuesday.
Some
Wednesday.
shit goes on during the weekend and we're like, oh yes.
And then you hold it, you don't sell
Trump
it,
just
and then you
posted
lose.
something really stupid.
Then you swear off options. Then you get back in options. It's all again.
And then you say, well, I'm not going to do options in this one account, but I will in this other account.
It's all
Dude, they're tough, man. It's like what 75% chance of losing money if you're in options.
Yeah,
That's how it seems.
Why do you think Theta Daddies do so well?
Yeah, it's true.
Theta Daddies Discord. If you guys want to learn about sell side, that's the
They-
place to do it.
They got it
It
all
is.
figured out.
Oh,
That's
boy.
exactly correct.
There was
All
a
right.
stock. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say we're rolling up on an hour. That's normally where we try to cap it. I don't know if anyone has anything else for Mr. Ember or anything else to say.
I mean, it's been a pleasure having Ember on. I'm about to hop on a plane across the Atlantic Ocean where I do my best thinking. So I'm looking for the next
trading.
I'm looking for the next MTPLF or CLBR. Maybe it is just CLBR again, but yeah, get me thinking about it.
So
Have a slave, right, brother?
KMW, watch that
Thank you.
one. It's a Korean company. They want to become the Korean meta planet.
Yeah.
Roger that.
There's already one in Asia.
Wasn't there already KWM? Was
Isn't that what I thought it was KMW.
I think it's KWM.
I could be wrong. It's K-Wave.
By the way,
Do your own
Yeah,
research,
KWM.
people.
I have
guys
It's
can
some.
make-
K-Wave Media, folks.
you guys can make a lot of money by investing in the wrong ticker too. So
Yeah.
just I think last week one of those went up like 20%,
Dyslexic.
and it was the wrong one.
I had them both.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's funny. Their tickers are so close together. I could definitely.
Am
see
I
that happening.
retarded?
Quite possibly, but for what context?
Or buying a
And you-
put instead of a call. They could
And then you
also
make
do it.
money, yeah. And then you make money. Sometimes it's better to be retarded than stupid.
Yeah, definitely great having you, Young Ember. You know, getting to learn about you some more.
Yeah, guys, really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
It's go ahead.
I was just to say, it's been a real pleasure having you on, sir. Thank you very much for coming on the show, dude.
Yeah, please don't quit now.
I can
Well, I was-
I can shout out my website I've been working on. It's nobodyknowsdesigns.com, and you can get some new fish big pong yoga pants and some shorts.
Among
Can you get any,
stickers and personalized mugs.
It's
you get any
actually
Bob
it's
Dog
just
gear or
nothing but new fish big
Tap Out
pond
gear?
stuff.
It's called it's actually nobody's big pond.
Nobody's
Nobody's
big pond
Big
store.
That's a dope name. Nobody's
It's been fun.
No, but yeah, Young Ember, thanks again. And as the other gentleman said, I'm gonna say this, and it hasn't never worked before, but we'd love to have you on again. And we could actually get into some strategery or just doing a little introduction. And it's pretty early, so I'm not stoned or anything yet.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. Really would.
That
That
sounds
also
good, buddy.
means that he would have to stay on after hours, so that'd be pretty cool.
I'm down.
It's called leverage. All right, boys. Well, thank you all for joining. Once again, Bob Dog, safe flight. Happy Father's Day, everyone. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.